Hey, this is Chad with eXp Realty here in Sheridan, Wyoming, and have the housing market update for the month of August. So, apologize for not getting out videos here the last couple of months, but been super busy, and it takes me a little while to put these things together. But gosh, a lot going on. Interest rates are trending down. Big news on that front, and with all the craziness going on in the world, both abroad and here at home, everything's kind of been a lot of people have just been kind of waiting to sit back and see how things shake out. So it's been pretty interesting to see how the buyers and the sellers are reacting in the markets. But a lot of good news, I think, moving forward. So we'll get right into it here for the monthly market report here on Sheridan in August. So a lot of numbers are still pretty similar. We're seeing a lot of leveling out of things. Closed sales is about the same as it was last year, only about 4 unit difference there. Median sale price down 6%. So that's kind of interesting. And for the summer months, we've been kind of down a little bit, both on closed sales and just kind of demand in general. So it's odd because that's usually our busiest time of the year. So been super interesting, kind of up and down here through the summer. I think just because of a lot of uncertainty with everything going on, but things have kind of leveled out, and we'll kind of get into more details of that. But average days on the markets continue to creep up, and we're at about a 6 month supply, which is considered a balanced market. They're at 6.25 for the monthly supply. So on inventory is about 211, up 12%. So we've seen more homes coming on the market. Buyers are very particular. With if they need work or homes are overpriced, buyers are waiting. So now with interest rates coming down, things are going to get pretty interesting probably here, especially in the Sheridan area. So looking at the 30-year fixed mortgage rates, down all the way to 6.29 is the average. So we just had the Fed's cut a 0.25% rate, and interest rates have been trending down, and they are pretty much guaranteed to make 2 more cuts by the end of the year. So if that's the case, things are going to get pretty busy because that's kind of what everybody's been waiting for, whether to downsize into something smaller or upgrade to a nicer, bigger home as well. So that's kind of what everybody's been waiting for. And there's still a lot of buyers here. They've just been a little bit more picky with the high prices. Okay, so here again, another chart is showing you that the Feds are going to have 2 more rate cuts here before the end of the year. So if it's any indication of what the interest rates were this last administration when they were in there, good chance that things are going to be low, could get low as 3% or lower, they've talked about. So that'll be kind of interesting. But things are probably going to get pretty busy here moving into the holiday and kind of winter months. And we expect things to get pretty busy again. Okay, then looking nationally, this is a year-over-year comparison of price. The price growth varied by region. You can kind of see in our area, it's been kind of leveled out a little bit, whereas some of those places in the West, the Central, and the Mid-Atlantic, had a little bit more increase. Been kind of crazy to see that, Florida and Arizona and places like that, especially there on the West Coast, things have really kind of leveled off a little bit. But if things are changing, interest rates are going down, and things become more affordable, that's going to be, probably a little bit of an increase, a little bit more of an increase of a year-over-year comparison. But pretty interesting to look at things nationally. Okay, and then this chart is just kind of looking at how listing prices have kind of flattened out here. Like I said, with kind of all the uncertainty, high prices, and high interest rates, everybody just kind of sitting back and kind of waiting to see what the heck's going on. So just kind of gives you a comparison looking back from January 23 through July 25 of how kind of prices have kind of gone up and down, and just kind of leveled off here within the last few months. Okay, and then this chart just kind of looks at the median sale price of a home sold in the last 50 years. You can see, every time that there was kind of a spike, there's all of a sudden a little bit of a dip in the market, but the markets always seem to rebound. And as you can see kind of here of quarter 2 of 2024, there's been kind of that up and down trend, and we kind of leveled off after the big spike, in 2020 and 2021. and kind of leveled off now. But like I said, where things are going, we're expecting things to probably spike back up. Okay, and then this just kind of gives you an overview of the downturns and recoveries since the 80s to the present. You can see, any time frame ranging from around 8 months to 4 years. There's always kind of a dip, and then there's a rebound. So it just kind of puts that in perspective with those different time periods. Okay, and then where are we going from here? A lot of the forecasters are predicting that home prices are going to continue to grow. I mean, we've seen it's been kind of a, maybe a false impression. A lot of home sellers have had their homes priced too high, thinking that we're kind of still in that 2021, 22 boom, and things have actually been coming down, and pricing your home right, is really important. And a lot of home prices have been priced too high, so that's where we're seeing a lot of those price drops. So it's not necessarily that home prices are going down, it's just that kind of coming back down from the super high of that the super high demand and the craziness of the 2020 2021, that era. Things have not accelerated to that extent. Things are starting to kind of calm down. So looking forward though, I mean, we're still, like I said, the outlook for home prices to continue to rise is anywhere from 6.7% to 27%. So that's pretty high projections. Like I said, there's still high demand here, so we're expecting things to get pretty busy if interest rates start to come down, and that's what you're looking at for the predictions moving forward here. Okay, and then we just want to remind you too, in the newsletter, I've got all the different homes that are sold for the month of August broken down into those categories of under 500,000 and over 500,000. So you can check out the homes that might be in your area, or the kind of homes that you might be looking to upgrade or downsize to. So you can kind of keep a pulse on the market there. Anytime you want a free home valuation, you can click that button. That'll give you kind of a general idea. If you ever want something that's a little bit closer with some actual comps, I can put that together for you, give you a home equity market report, kind of break all that down for you. It's a little bit more precise based on square footage, comparable properties that are similar to yours, and get that taken care of for you. Because I know that people's homes are the biggest investment, so it's kind of nice to know where your home value is based on all the ups and downs of the market here the last few years. And we also have the fall buyer and seller guides for you, packed with tons of great information, keeping you up to date with all the trends, interest rates, what's going on, what to look for. So yeah, be sure to check those out. And if you're on the site and you have an account, got a great Closely app that helps you navigate, look for homes in your area, or check out homes that have kind of sold in your area as well. So super helpful information. Be sure to check that out. Okay, and then just in closing here, just a few tips for the buyers and the sellers. And I can't stress this enough for the sellers. If whether you're getting ready to list or you're a year or two out, can't stress enough of getting the home inspected. There's nothing worse than finding a surprise that you didn't know about while you're under contract, and then it's a scramble to make sure that you're getting all those things taken care of. Trying to get contractors within a tight time frame is very difficult, and then it's just kind of a panic mode for everybody, finding things that maybe you didn't know about. So taking that stress away, finding exactly what's wrong with the home, taking your time to get it fixed. Whether it's a roof type deal or anything else, electrical, those types of things, you can get that taken care of before the home hits the market, so that when you are ready to list, that you have the home cleaned, you've decluttered, taken a lot of pictures off the wall, got the yard all looking nice, and you've already taken care of all the small repairs. So just helps make the transaction go smoother. Inspections is really the hardest part of the transaction, and trying to be ahead of the game on that, and then setting the proper price, being realistic on what the price is, where we're going, and going through all those variables is super helpful for the sellers moving forward, and be ready for potentially kind of the craziness of getting multiple offers, and being ready for all those situations. Okay, and for the buyers, can't stress enough of talking to a good lender, going through the different loan packages, seeing what loan package works best for you, knowing if you are going to be in a competitive situation, what your highest and best is going to be, what your monthly payment's going to be, going over all those different factors. If it gets crazy around here to where we only have maybe like a day to get an offer in, where a home just comes on the market, you have less than 24 hours to get in there and see it, and then we have less than 24 hours to get an offer in. You know exactly what your highest and best is going to be. You're ready for it. You let me or another agent know that, hey, I want to get in there and see this property. I'm pre-approved. I'm all ready to go. This is probably what my highest and best is going to be. Being prepared for all those situations is going to help you the most in the possibility of getting your offer accepted and closing the deal. So the more prepared you can be on the financial side of things, being mentally prepared for the fiasco of multiple offers, escalation clauses, understanding that whole process, which we can help you break down. And if you need a good lender, got lots of good lenders here in the Sheridan area as well. And so yeah, just being prepared for the kind of craziness of the multiple offer situation, and having all that stuff ready to go. So what you don't want to do is scramble at the last minute, be stressed out and not sure what your highest and best is going to be, and kind of buying and selling a home is kind of stressful as it is. So trying to mitigate all those variables, if we can help it, is going to help you in the long run. So yep, hope all that information is helpful. Again, expect things to kind of start picking up here. Expect things to hopefully on the building side of things. So they're talking about trying to make things a little bit more affordable, and these rates going down is going to help a lot of people make a move that they've been waiting for. So like I said, feel free to reach out anytime. Hope all this information is helpful, and we'll keep in touch, and thank you again for your time. Take care.